Hey guys, this is Coach KP, and today what I'm going to say to you is, first of all, Doc Farhan has created this movement that's for the betterment of all men in this planet, and I want to give him a big shout out. I want to give a big shout out to Steffo Shambo, the brother that started the Tantric Man Experience for other brothers that are in this path, and I see a movement brewing, and you are a part of this movement. So congratulate yourself, first of all, that you're here. And what I'm going to say next is you're here for a reason, and everything you've done, all of the work that you've done up to this point today has led you to this course right now, right here. And every time you come back to this module, you're going to know that your understanding of what I'm going to talk about will be enhanced. So keep coming back to this module, keep going back to the other modules in this course, and you will see progress. Just be open to it. And the reason I'm saying be open to it is, let me give you a little bit of who I am and why am I teaching this self-acceptance course at all, right? I lived most of my life until my 30s not loving myself, not accepting myself for who I am without even knowing about it. And as the course progresses, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I have faced and I have overcome, and I want you to start grabbing a pen and a paper as I'm talking, for you to make notes, for you to write your reflections. Feel free to pause this video as you do that, okay? So going back to who I am, after I hit my 30s, I completely crashed and burned. I had severe panic attacks that I could not get out of. And in the course of dealing with these panic attacks, what I realized was most of my misery, I was causing it. And how I was causing it was by rejecting who I was at the core and at the surface level. I was not seeing myself as a worthy human being, because of which I had low self-esteem. I had problems owning my power. I had problems asking for help. So if there is somebody here watching this course right now that feels like this whole course, all of these modules are triggering them the wrong way, or they're feeling bad about taking this course, I want you to especially look inside of you and see what is causing that, because there is your answer. If this course is triggering you in a negative way, that means you are rejecting the bright side that you bring to this world, and you've gotten so used to being in this bubble of insecurity where you're like, what's the point, right? So that's what my goal is by the end of this module, by the end of this course that you're going to be taking with me for the next few hours, you are going to come out on the other side a lot more prepared, if not 100% self-accepting at that point. You'll be a lot more prepared to see the power that you bring to this planet. I have put in a lot of work in this field, growing as a person and as a coach. I have spent numerous hours reading content about self-acceptance, and all of what you're going to learn in this course is distilled knowledge, okay? I am also a full spectrum master healer. I am also a Reiki practitioner. So I have a lot of insight into energy and the subtle energies of the body. Meditation, pranayama, okay? The dimensions of the prana, chi, that the Taoists call it. I have worked with that energy for the last 6 to 7 years, and really feel that I have a very good understanding of how all of these things work. And the journey that we're going to go into today is going to be incorporating all of what I've learned and distilling it for you so that you gain more self-acceptance. Okay? So I'm a goofy guy. I'm going to be making a lot of jokes as we go along. And, I'm not afraid of being who I am, and I don't want you to be afraid of being who you are. What that means is if you have questions, you can reach out to me either through this module or through outside on my Facebook channel and things of that nature. Don't worry about that. I'm there supporting you, okay? If there's any confusion about the material that I'm talking about, feel free to reach out to me. I am available for you. I'm not expecting money from you when you reach out to me to talk about these things. I love doing this. That's the reason I'm doing it, okay? So going back to self-acceptance, and especially for men, we don't grow up, unfortunately, because of social conditioning, we don't grow up creating a community of brothers that we can share our problems with freely compared to women. Women are naturally inclined to creating that sisterhood or talking to other men or talking to whoever they need to talk to in order to express their emotions. Again, I'm not saying every woman is open to doing that, but women overall seem to be a lot better at opening up than men. And it's because of social conditioning that we experience this shutting down of emotions, because none of us at the core want to be seen as the person that has problems. And what that does to us is, if life is going fine, for example, if we are killing it in life, none of that really matters, because the society incentivizes winning. But here's the thing. You cannot win unless and until you have been given that structure as a child to be able to love yourself. And some people can just grind it out and go out there and get it, but a lot of us needs that support, need that help from other people around us so that we can develop and become who we are. Okay, we see success, like we see some of these guys, like let's say Tony Robbins or Manny Pacquiao or Elon Musk, that are killing it out there in this world in their own respective fields. Also, let's say Einstein. All of these names come up and we get starstruck because these people have made it, right? But if you go back and look at their lives and look at all the amount of bullying that they have gone through, that they had to overcome, look at all the adversities that they have to overcome, we don't really hear about that because, again, social conditioning really limits men from showing that side of vulnerability, that side of weakness that we all have. We all face problems, issues, and we all try to overcome them the best we can. So by learning self-acceptance, we will learn to do this in a healthy way. We will learn to own our core and be the biggest ally to ourselves. And this is why we learn self-acceptance. Okay, so let's take a second here to reflect on these questions. What does it mean for you to be a man? So the very first thing we're going to do is I'm going to ask you two questions. The first question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you accept yourself on an average? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least and 10 being the most, how much do you accept yourself unconditionally? Write that down. The second question I want to ask you is, what does it mean for you to be a man? What is your definition of a man? Okay, and the third question I want to ask you is, how much of what you answered in the second question, what is your definition of a man, are things external to you? having cars, having women, having a family, all of that. How much how much of that did you answer in the second question that are outside of who you are as a person in your core? Okay, so these three questions on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you accept yourself on an average? What is your definition of a man? And how much of what your definition of a man is some things that are external to you, that are extrinsic, that are not inside of you already. Okay? These are the things that I want you to pay attention to in terms of understanding social conditioning, especially the answers to number 2 and number 3. A lot of us define a man as one of the various things that I'm going to say now: physical strength, sexual prowess, money, size of your penis, how many cars do you have, horsepower in your car, your hobbies, type of house you have, number of women in rotation. So many external things. And there could be a bucket list of what I missed here. Okay? How many of you answered this question by saying, I feel like a man because I am? How many of you did that? And if you didn't do that, or if that wasn't even one of your top 3 things, that I am a man because I feel like I'm a man, then that's social conditioning that has gone in, seeped into your core, and has totally blocked you off from seeing your own power. Okay? So write those answers down, and as we progress in this course, reflect back on those questions. Okay? And the first question, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think your level of self-acceptance is? Mark that. Mark that number. This first course. Mark it. Because at the end of this course, I want that number to go up. And I know that number will go up. And when that goes up, try to keep it there and increase it by doing some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this course, that I'm going to be talking about in this course with you. And I want you to succeed in seeing the intrinsic power within you. Okay? All right. So that's it for now. I know I have talked about a lot. I want you to reflect on this. Okay? I want you to dedicate some time in sitting in a corner, in a quiet corner, reflecting on these 3 questions and what I said about each one of them. This is going to be very impactful for you as a man within the bedroom, within your workspace, and within this world. Okay, so keep that in mind, and let's begin this journey. All right, Coach KP, see you in the next chapter.